All right, we've got. Hold on. 1 second.
Need a towel, put the hood back on. A flock of birds flew out of there.
All right, we've got Creighton head coach Greg McDermott. We'll start with an opening statement, and then we will take questions.
Obviously a really good win for us. Coming off, they beat us in a shootout at our place and dominated us on the glass. So the fact that we were able to flip that script on the glass is a credit to our guys. I think Marquette's I've always felt they're a really good team. They've lost a lot of close games, this being one of them. But our guys made some plays, made a couple free throws late, had a really good defensive stand in that last possession to make him take a really challenged shot. But really, I thought the difference in the game was our defense, the last probably 14 to 15 possessions of the first half, and then probably the first 15 possessions of the second half. I think they only had three baskets in the first 15 possessions, and that allowed us to create some separation that ended up being pretty critical at the end.
I want to tilt that just so you're a little more towards the top
Yep.
of the screen. Just tilt it. All right, if you've got a question, use the raise hand feature. We'll start with Matt DeMarinis.
Mac, first of all, I guess how healthy was DJ coming off the rolled ankle from Georgetown? And then how big was he tonight? Because it seemed like every time Marquette kind of got in a possession or two, he would come up with a defensive rebound and then make a play for himself or somebody else on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he's not 100%, but the guy's got 6 or 7 regular season games left in his college career, so he's going to play, and he's going to play hard. And the offensive rebounds he was able to come up with ended up being a huge difference in this game. And defensively he's doing a terrific job, and his leadership, his energy was really, really good. I thought our team was really connected, and a much different look to what we were doing defensively than the way we played Wednesday night.
John Niatala.
Yeah, what specifically did you like about your defense, Greg? Because they started off hot. Marquette, a couple of those were tough shots, I know. But, what did you think about your guys' investments as the first half went on?
Yeah, and you're exactly right. I thought, Theo John got, Ryan on a good move, but I thought that Kane's first 2 shots I thought were really challenged. He had a 3 as the shot clock was going off, and Mitch was right there. He drove in the lane and kind of swiveled and shot a challenge 2-point shot. So, I was okay with our defense early. Then they had that stretch where I think they scored on 6 possessions in a row where we kind of, lost some guys in transition a few times, had a few blown assignments. But it was definitely a step in the right direction in terms of how we need to play defensively. I think it was a 64-65 possession game, and they scored 68 points. They hit a couple threes late, so we were holding them at 1 point per possession really the entire game. And if you can do that to a team on their home floor, I think you're going to have a chance to win.
Steve.
Just the rebounding. Y'all got out-rebounded by quite a bit in the first game with Marquette. How were you able to kind of turn things around the way you did? And also, Bishop, how worried were you that he might not be able to go after?
I was really worried. I mean, talk about a crazy year with everything that's gone on the last 11 months, and then you add to it a guy spraining his ankle on the opening tip. I mean, what next? I've never seen anything like that. Credit to Ryan Kalkbrenner, sitting over there probably thinking he had 4 or 5 minutes to kind of get the motor started. But he went in there and was ready. But I thought Kristen, he gave us, he had 14 and 10 against Georgetown, 14 and 8 tonight or this afternoon, doing a really, really good job for us. And he's a tough matchup for for some bigs in our league because of his quickness, and besides his ability to get to the rim and score some tonight, I thought he made a couple really timely passes to get guys layups on some back cuts.
Matt.
What did you think about your bench production tonight? That first game, I think it was 25-5 Marquette, and it didn't seem like it was flipped tonight, especially with Ryan and Alex hitting a couple shots in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. Our points off turnovers were better. Our points in the paint, we had 14 more points than them, 15 more points, second chance points, 8 more fast break points, and 3 more bench points. When we can get that production I thought Ryan really gave us a huge lift. I thought Alex came in during that stretch when we weren't defending great, and he hit some big threes to kind of keep us within a stone's throw, and then allowed us to get some separation right before halftime. And then, Sharif, I didn't think had a particularly great game by Sharif standards, but to sit there and to be ready to go in and have your number called the last possession of the game and to stay down on DJ Carton and make him give the basketball up. I mean, everybody in the building thought he was shooting it, and Reef did a great job of making him give that up, and, we really defended that play well.
We'll do 3 more questions with Coach. Start with John.
Were you thinking at all to foul there, up 3?
No, well, I mean, if you keep in mind, I think there wasn't there 20 seconds left when Marcus shot that free throw. So, you're not going to foul with that much time left, and then to try to do it in the middle of possession, I think, would be a mistake. Secondly, you must have forgotten what happened on free throw rebounding when Marquette played at our place. Even a novice reporter would know better than to try to pull that off.
Matt?
Dawson Garcia hurt you pretty bad in Omaha, and although I think he got going a little bit late today, but it didn't seem like he was much of a factor in the game up until that point. What did you guys do defensively on him?
I thought DJ did a really good job on him. I thought when Christian had to guard him when they went to the smaller lineup, I thought Christian was terrific. And the 3 he hit that really kept him in the game. DJ was in a tough spot. I couldn't remember if he was either on Kane or Carton in the corner, and he started to stunt and made the right play. If we have a choice between Garcia shooting into that situation and let Carton or Kane have them tee one up, we would much rather Garcia shoot it. So DJ made the right play there, but Dawson hit a big shot. But I thought for the most part, DJ did a good job of keeping him out of the lane. He fought his post-ups with fronts and was physical with him in that regard, and did a good job of keeping him off the glass.
Final question for Coach. We'll go to John.
Greg, I mean, it's a biggie, so, and Marquette needs wins, so I know that they were going to do whatever they could down the stretch from just fight and try to get back in it. But that said, was there something maybe your guys could have done a little bit different just to keep it from getting to that point where it's a 3-point game with 20 seconds left,
Well, I mean, the last 4 possessions, if you think about it, we had some guys turn down open shots, and DJ drives to the lane, has Christian for a dunk, and just probably was a little sped up, and it gets deflected. I can't remember Marcus's mid-range or short shot towards the end of the shot clock, but Carton hit the 3 on the ball screen was a tough shot. They kind of set a step-up ball screen, and Marcus went over it. They flipped it and forced him to go under, and he hits a step-back 3-point shot going to his offhand. Sometimes you tip your cap. It was kind of a desperation play, and they knocked a couple down. But fortunately, we stepped up, made 3 out of 4 free throws there at the end, and it was enough to get the victory.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have Damian Jefferson shortly. All right, we've got senior forward Damian Jefferson with us. Again, if you've got a question, use the raised hand feature. We'll go for about 6 or 7 minutes with Damian. We'll start with Matt.
Hey, DJ, I don't know what you felt like the difference was in the first game and this one on the glass, because it's hard to imagine how you guys can flip that category as dramatically as you did, considering how dominant they were, or how much it affected their performance in Omaha versus today.
I would say they came in our building and they punked us. And after that game, Coach Mack had a talk with us. We watched film, and we just knew that wasn't us. We knew that they out-toughened us. And coming into this game, the key word of the day was being tough, toughness. And so we came in here, we got a big win against a really good team. And I think Coach Mack said 11-2 on offensive rebounds, and that was big. That was big for us.
Just good defense on Creighton's part, just in terms of not being able to get him that final shot.
Somebody's not muted.
Yeah, he had the ball, knocked away from him.
All right. All right. Any other questions for Damian?
Is someone else's audio going off?
I don't know. Yeah, I could hear it too, but we'll.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, sorry about that, DJ. I don't know what's going on.
That's all right.
Pretty good,
Can you hear
man.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. What was your strategy tonight against Dawson to try to slow him down? He was a big reason they beat you guys in Omaha.
Right.
But it didn't seem like he was a big factor in the game until they started getting a little bit desperate late.
Just try to, man, use my abilities the best way I can, because like you said, I watched film with Coach and Coach Huss, and he was just telling me, he's like, this guy's a freshman, you're a senior, you're not supposed to let that happen from like a prior perspective. But at the end of the day, you got to tip your hat off to him. He is a good player. He's gonna be a good player for that program. But I just knew today coming in, I couldn't let him get going because he's a very important key part to their offense. And at the end of the day, I had to just be tough.
John, go ahead.
Yeah, I got disconnected, so sorry if this was asked, Damian, but just what did you see from your guys going into this game? I mean, the Wednesday was a tough loss, I know, and not one you wanted, and you knew that you were going to be tested against Marquette, which needed a win. So, like, how did you prepare? What was it like getting ready for this game and making sure you're in the right mentality to play well?
Just like any other normal game, man. So whether we win or lose, we just got to scratch that. And so we scratched the Georgetown game. We had to focus on the next one, which was Marquette. And so the next day in practice, we had like a mental day. We didn't even practice. We practiced the next day after. So no, not the next day after, but I think that Friday. Yeah, so we practiced Friday. So like I said, Thursday we just had a mental day. We talked about what we need to do, what this team needs, and everybody roles. And obviously, man, we did a good job tonight. We came out, we did the right thing, and we did what Coach drew up for us, and we executed well.
We'll do 2 or 3 more questions for Damian, starting with Matt.
Yeah, just on that, I'm glad John asked that because I was just wondering what you and the guys are feeling right now when you look at the way this season has gone, and it just felt like you guys were having a lot of fun last year.
Right.
Are you able to find ways to have fun this year, as stressful as it is, as isolated as you are, especially when you see like you've played twice as many games as most teams in the league, especially in the top half, and it seems like it's been more of a grind for you guys than it has for a lot of other teams.
Right. No, for sure. That's one thing that we talked about in our meeting. We talked about having fun with each other, and we talked about just getting back to that, getting back to our old ways, and everybody just. Like Coach Mack said, everybody turned down open shots for themselves, and that's something we used to do last year, and that's just something we got to get back to, turning down good shots to get great shots. But even though we in the pandemic, we still find ways to hang out with each other off the court and just make the right choices, obviously. But I feel like we're all a connected unit, and we do the right things, man, and everybody love each other. I can say,
John?
and we have fun with each other.
Oh, go ahead, John.
Yeah, along those lines, Damian, just in terms of having fun, like it looked like you guys were having a blast there in the second half. I mean, there are a lot of dunks. You're getting loose in the fast break. What do you think led to your ability to just kind of build that lead and do it with a little bit of flair?
Just playing the right way, man. Everybody know that when we play the right way and the game is gonna be fun for us. Like we practice it every day. We have fun in practice, but when the game come around, we had guys that was just kind of wasn't doing the way we want to do, doing things the way we wanted to do. But like I said, we had that mental day. We talked about what we needed to win, and we scratched everything else. At the end of the day, we just said we're gonna go out here, be tough, and have fun, man. And then I'm proud of the guys because everything we talked about Friday, we did. We came out here, we had fun, we was tough, and we just played the right way. We executed coaches' plays, and at the end of the day, like you said, man, just had fun, man.
All right, final question. We'll go to Matt.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a little unconventional or if you've ever had a team where you've played with a guy like this before, but you go back to that DePaul game and then this one here on the final possession where Mac brings Sharif in as kind of a closer defensively when you guys need a stop or two to finish the game, basically. I don't know. You guys have talked about what it's like to play defense behind him, but just in the way he's closed out a couple wins for you with some big defensive plays in these last 2 or 3 games.
Sharif a dog, man. I'm gonna keep saying it. Sharif is a dog, and every day in practice, he brings it. He bring the best out of us when we going against that scout team, and we know when he get on the court, he gonna give us everything he got, and that just uplifts everybody else. That just makes everybody else be like, all right, if he guarding like that, then I'm a guard like that. And even the guys who kind of struggle defensively, but it's just the presence that he bring, man. It's like a Pat Bev presence. Like he just a gnat that you can't get rid of. And like when you see a guy like that that's busting his tail from like 94 feet every game, every day, period. It's just great, man. So it's great to have him on our team because I wouldn't like going against him.
All right, that'll do it for our Zoom. We'll get the links up here shortly. Thank you.